One of the top tasks I want AI to do for me is get me AI news. I want to reduce the time I spend researching myself. And honestly, today in November 2025, nothing does it really well. And I have tried them all. You get news from all of these flows that you have or AI models that you have out there, but you do not get the level of depth or detail across the internet that I can do manually, that I want to have also at all times. I want to read all about AI, the new models, new applications, safety concerns, everything. And today I'm gonna try one more thing. I don't know how I missed it. So it is actually using agent mode and scheduling agent mode to do that work for me. And with this, I hope you enjoy this quick episode. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get started.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. The mic.
What got me to try this out is that I really tried everything. Starting from an N8N flow like this one, it doesn't get me what I want, to a Zapier, really sophisticated automation like this one. Again, this didn't get me what I want, and little bit disappointing. I don't know if it's meant for this, but Pulse, which I have access to, also is not giving me the level of depth that I'm looking for, although I have prompted so many times to go deeper and be more granular in the level of news, AI news that it gets me. So that didn't work. And today, finally, I'm gonna go back to agent mode, something that I didn't really use beyond just doing a video to demo it. And this could be possibly the solution that I needed, but I missed or I ignored because it didn't cross my mind that this is gonna work out well. But I have tried it all, even Anthropic extension for Chrome, nothing's working. So this is my Hailmaker. I'm gonna give the agent a prompt. After it's done, we're gonna look at the results. If it's promising, we're gonna go ahead together and schedule it. So here, as you see, I have already activated the agent mode. So that's activated. So let me get started by pasting a prompt that I developed with ChatGPT Pro model, and I really spent time to tweak it because I want the depth and the level that nothing else is giving me. I want the agent to go to all corners of the internet, look at what's happening in China, US when it comes to AI, models, even the smallest, most subtle thing that could be interesting to know about AI, I want to know about it. So this is a really heavy prompt. If you're interested in it, I can share it in the comments, but it is definitely a detailed one. Now, to my knowledge, if I schedule, even I can retweak things later on to my liking. Hopefully this is comprehensive and detailed enough that it will get me what I'm looking for. And with this, simply we'll hit go and allow the agent to work. Now, this is no work that requires a login in any of my platforms. So that's a good thing. I wanted to go to the internet, to go to X, go to Reddit, go to arXiv for AI papers, do whatever is needed to get me what I want. So let's give it time as it runs. So we can see now it's already started its work. Once it's done, together we're gonna review the outcome. If it's good, then we're gonna schedule it. And it's done. So it took it 16 minutes to do the work. And from the looks of it, this is super long. I think I got what I wanted for the first time. And I think we're gonna schedule this. But without going into this line by line, let's just give it a quick scan to see if it's really as deep and comprehensive as I want to have every week. Especially when it comes to AI news, which is something that is honestly, you can't do on your own. You need something like this to do it for you. Okay, so it starts off by talking about big themes from this week. Multilingual and long context models. Okay, agentic and embodied AI. So this is talking about things like DeepMind SEMA2, Moonshot's Kimi K2, thinking. Okay, so some of the really interesting news of this week is already here. Regulation and safety, some news. Okay, some legislative from California and New York, enacted AI safety rules, that's good. Infrastructure and hardware topics, and then enterprise adoption. Okay, so the start is promising. The top 5 stories of the week. OpenAI introduced GPT 5.1, which literally happened yesterday or before yesterday, so that's really recent. Meta open sources and omnilingual ASR model that can transcribe over 1,600 languages. This is something I didn't hear of, so that's interesting. DeepMind, again, unveils SEMA2. Anthropic details. Okay, so the first AI orchestrated cyber espionage campaign and outlines new guardrails after detecting a state-sponsored actor misusing Claude. Interesting. Moonshot AI releases Kimi K2, which was the top news the past week. Okay, so we have promising things here. New models and major model upgrades. So this is the section that focuses on models. So we have 5.1 as the number one piece of news, and it was the most recent. So this is why probably it started with that. Okay, some details around that. Deep explainer. Okay, so it's just going on and on 5.1. So it's giving me depth of that story. Story 2, the omnilingual ASR model. So one line summary, Meta AI releases this model. Okay, and then some more news about this model. So it's giving me story by story, which will help me keep up to date when it comes to AI and maybe create content when it's interesting. So story 3, Meta launches generative ads model. GEM for ad recommendations. Again, a piece of news I didn't know about. And I've covered this in the past. I get this credibility description based on my instructions for ChatGPT. So that's interesting that it's here, and that's good. So we keep going. Story 4 is NTT's large action model, LAM, predicts customer behavior. That's an interesting one. Again, I didn't know about. I can check out as well. And then a deep explainer, and it gives some information around the model, enterprise and real world impact, video talking points. So I didn't ask for this, by the way, but I think because of the memory of ChatGPT and the instructions, where I clearly say one of the main uses of ChatGPT for me is to create content. It's giving me talking points for this story, which is interesting. Story 5, DeepMind announces SEMA2, a reasoning agent for 3D worlds. Excellent, let's carry on. Story 6, xAI quietly upgrades Grok 4 fast with 2 million token context window. So that's interesting the way it described it, quietly upgrades. So again, we go into the story details here. Story 7, Weibo's Vibe Thinker, a 1.5 billion parameter model. It seems it's an open source model. Again, this is something I didn't hear of, and here it talks about Weibo released Vibe Thinker 1.5 billion, a 1.5 billion parameter model fine-tuned from Qwen 2.5 and surpasses larger models on math and coding tasks. Interesting. Again, the details of the story. World Lab launches Marble, a multi-modal world building model. So a big chunk of these stories are things I actually didn't get myself on Reddit, didn't get myself on X, or didn't see anyone talking about them on YouTube. So this will give me potentially what I want, and this might give me even an advantage in the content that I create. And one more story here that I didn't hear about. Baidu previews Ernie 5.0, a unified multimodal architecture. So a new architecture, also interesting. This could be something to look into. Okay, and again, as I asked it, as the agent operates, all the links are here for me. So I can just click at the link and start reading the actual publication or paper or whatever is behind the story. Story 10, older. So it's telling me this is a bit older. That's great. Moonshot AI releases Kimi K2 thinking. So yes, the Kimi K2 came, I think, now 10 days or 2 weeks back. So probably it's the oldest in the bunch. And it continues on the story. Now here it talks about product launches and feature rollouts. Story 11, Microsoft previews durable task extension for agent framework. This is something I've read about. I didn't go into the details. Interesting. Gemini API adds file search. So this is something I've seen someone do content on YouTube about. So this is something new as well, probably recent in the past couple of days. I don't know how to pronounce this, but this raises 10.3 million. Okay, something for avatars. MATLAB Copilot update uses GPT-5 Mini. Okay, probably not interesting for me, but it's good to have. Target launches AI-powered holiday shopping feature. That's, I think, a click-worthy type of piece of news. I'll have to look into it. Research and benchmarks, so story 16. Now, a different category. Google introduces nested learning and Hope self-modifying architecture. So again, this is something around potentially a paper or a breakthrough that Google did. and the date of this was 7th of November. So it was 7 days, about 7 days ago. So again, some of the stuff I'm really interested in. I do lots of content when it comes to technology and innovations and papers. 2017, LARA AI expands 200 languages. So I don't know what LARA is, but it's interesting. So I'm getting to the most part what I want. Again, something about the generative AI dominates benchmark, so a new benchmark potentially, news about it, some details. I will not waste your time reading it. And now here we go to the fourth section, which is AI safety, governance, regulation, and societal impact. Again, a topic I'm interested in. It has a whole bunch of stories around that, some specific. So here is the one about California, New York enacting an AI safety and transparency laws. Okay, interesting. Stuff about the EU who are behind. OpenAI invests 15 million in biosecurity startup Red Queen Bio. So really fine-tuned pieces of information and stories. Again, everything has a credibility with it. So it will give me kind of an input to check this further, take it as it is, do simple research and do a story on it, maybe, or something that I need to validate myself. Let's carry on. Okay, Google warns state actor misuse of AI for cybersecurity campaigns. It's going on and on in these stories. Now we have the fifth section, which is infrastructure and ecosystem, chips, cloud, frameworks, and agents. That's again one more AI area I'm super interested in. And here we are at story 27. Anthropic invests 50 billion in US AI infrastructure. That's a good piece of news. Everyone now is talking about the bubble and the money that these AI research labs are funneling into the manufacturers of the chips, and the money that the chip manufacturers like Nvidia are investing back into these companies. So something to keep my eye on. Now section 6, social media and community highlights. So here it's going to actually things like Reddit and X and getting what people are talking about. So here we have Reddit uploading Claude 4.5 and debates Grok 4 fast. So these are the top topics, some details around that. And then finally, notable quiet spots. So things that are not so newsworthy, but good to know of. Amazon, Mistral, and Apple, no significant new model releases. So it's just telling me what's not happening as well, which is super interesting. So I might tweak a couple of things, if you ask me, into this. But for the most part, this is better than what I got from the Claude extension for Chrome, better than what I'm getting from Pulse, better than what I'm getting from any automation I did on Innate-N or Zapier. Honestly, this is the best. Now, this is satisfactory, and if the quality remains in the schedule, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't know personally how I missed this, how I didn't really think about how good agent mode is. I did a test for agent mode on my channel, but I never crossed my mind to go back and actually use it. So let me hit these three dots here. So this is if you want to schedule, and you get these basic options: report the message, read out loud, and then schedule. I'll hit schedule. You get the prompt. So here, every time you get an input, you can come in, tweak the prompt, modify it, and get better results as this schedule continues. So the name of the schedule is AI News Briefing Guide, which is good. I want it actually weekly, and I think Monday is good for me. And I would want it actually on Monday morning, so this will work on my time. So I want it to run on a Monday at 6 a.m. So by the time I grab my phone, this already had run, and I have all of the updates early in the week, so I can decide what to talk about, maybe videos to plan, and just information to feed my brain for things that happened the week before or the couple of weeks before. So one thing actually I want to do, because I'm doing this weekly, I will remove, if you see here in the prompt, the past 14 days. I'll just make it the past 7 days, and I think that's good enough. And then I'll hit save. And now it should schedule this for us. And you can see it here, AI News Briefing Guide, weekly on Monday at 6 a.m. So it is scheduled. So this video might not have been the biggest breakthrough or innovation you're looking for when you're looking for AI content online, but I think this is super useful. At least for me, it will address a big pain that for a long time I wasn't able to really address. I think I'm onto something that could address it, at least for now. And hopefully you have something that you want to leverage the AI mode for, where you get certain type of information regarding to business, regarding to your life or whatever you're doing, even anything that could be your personal preference. So fundamentally, I hope this helped you think of a way that could really get you something you've been, like me, searching for a long time. And remember, you can actually schedule multiple tasks. So depending on your tier, I think most paid subscribers at least have generous use of agent mode. So you can schedule 4 different things to come in 4 different times a week that will give you all the information you need. And finally, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And maybe if you really like it, hit that like and share button, share it with others. And with this, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. Give me the mic.